Greetings, family. This is Cassandra Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates. And as per usual, I am multitasking because, and I'm also the founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. So I am trying I just got this notification that, maybe this is it, that you can stream in StreamYard now in portrait, which would be really helpful because I was told that I guess because of the algorithms or whatever, my videos won't typically be viewed as much because I've been recording them in landscape through StreamYard, but that was all that was available at the time, and apparently they've updated it where you can stream in portrait. So let's see, general settings. Oh, okay. So that sucks. I can't do it while I'm live. All right. Well, at least I know I found it. Okay. So greetings. This is Cassandra Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. Check out my shirt, Fem Labor is Not Free, by my friend Gata, the baddie, the bureaucratic baddie. So anyway, I'm not going to be on here long. I have a couple of clients this evening. Very soon, actually, I'll be on here for about 30 minutes. But I wanted to do kind of like a quick promo for the Pure Lust book club. I don't have the book in front of me because it's in the car because I was studying yesterday. But yeah, so we're going to do a book club on greetings, balance. We're going to do a very long, a rigorous deep dive into the book that we just finished before the new year called Pure Lust, Elemental Feminist Philosophy by Mary Daly. We are going to start this book club this Wednesday. I will be facilitating this book club twice a month. This book club is not just going to be us, shooting the shit on Zoom for 2 hours. The way I facilitate book club, the way I have facilitated book club in the past is it is like, yes, it's interactive. We get to talk to each other, but there is still a plan. There is still a program. Greeting, Knowledge Born. There is still a plan. There is still a curriculum. I will type out questions. I will send them to you. We will go through, those of you who walked with me through our deep dive into the Great Cosmic Mother, which I'm going to do with Pure Lust too. The thing that made it really easy to get through, for me anyway, to get through the Great Cosmic Mother was I turned it into the Bible. Just like the Bible do, you feel me? I went through, I broke down the book into sections. I numbered each paragraph because I was having a really hard time going back to content that I wanted to directly, reference. So I'm going to do the book Pure Lust that way. I'm not asking you to do it, but it is helpful. It changed the way we were able to move through the Great Cosmic Mother. And it took us 6 months after I read the book. It took us 6 months to move through the Great Cosmic Mother in the book club. So I just want to encourage you and implore you that if you found that book, Pure Lust, in any way significant or profound or useful, you know what I'm saying? Y'all commented a whole lot through reading that book. And now we have to go back. And I just got my other book, the book that what is it called? The Wickedary, the first intergalactic Wickedary that partners with that book, basically, so we can understand the new language that she created. So I just got mine in the mail a couple of days ago. So, this is, let me just tell you what this is. Let me tell you what this has been, because we did the book club. There are several books that I've read to you guys live that we haven't done book club discussions on that I feel like we should. But there is so much going on. This process that we're involved in of building the temple, of creating a new society. That's what the temple is. It is massive work. I just literally, before I got on this call, I was in a 1 hour meeting with this, like business counselor about the freaking multiplicities, okay, bureaucratic multiplicities of how to navigate through, making sure that the temple is in compliance legally, right? So, yeah, last year was a whole host of bureaucratic paperwork to establish the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence as a religious nonprofit, a religious 501c3. But now, a year later, I'm still trudging through a mountain of bureaucratic paperwork on how to keep the temple compliant and how we can begin to make moves on behalf of the temple so that we can finally get to a place where we're able to like submit for grants and the business plan is well executed and the website is up and all that stuff while I'm doing the things, while I'm working full time. So when I did the Great Cosmic Mother book club, I did that for free. I did not ask for donations. I was like, this book is so fucking important. We have to plow through, right? We have to do it, right? But when I think about how much time of my life that book club took up, and it was important. It was so important. And I do not have a single regret. But I can't keep doing that. I cannot keep doing that. You understand what I'm saying? I can't keep doing that. I have worked for free for long enough. I have. You ask anybody in any state that I've ever lived in. I organized 7 events a year in Tampa and never paid myself. Not one time. I was like, the information it's so important. The people need it. I'll take one for the team. I'm the one with the organizational skills. Let's just make the events happen. Let's just set Tampa on the map as this radical place of Black consciousness. Some of you watching have been to the events that I organized in Tampa. So you know what kind of work went into it. And all that time, I did that work for free. I did that work for free every single time. So I've done enough free work. I'm not doing any free work anymore. Okay. This is not me being angry. This is me really being my own biggest ally for a change. This is me advocating for myself for a change. So I am going to facilitate this book club. So those of you who have seen the link, the invite, the Eventbrite link that I've posted on the Facebook page, that I've posted in the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence and the Great Cosmic Mother book club groups, there is a suggested $25 donation for the Facebook group. For the book club, which is nothing. We spend that in a day on our fast food stop. It is nothing. I am doing this twice a month, and I am doing the studying beforehand. I was up till 3:00 in the morning, combing through just the first 2 chapters of this book in preparation for this book club. Now, most of you walked with me through the entire read of that book. We read that book in 3 months. We're going to do the book club. I think it might take until June because we're only going to do the book club twice a month. So it may take until about June to get through the book. In the meantime, I've already decided there's a couple of more books that we're going to read that I'm going to read to you. Speaking of books, this is a side note. Nura Allah, who is not on the call, but Nura Allah, who follows me all the time, y'all see her in the comments all the time, brought me a book to my house today that I am too anxious to get into, baby. Okay, it is called The Great Black Mama of Creation. See this book? Often, way the fuck too often, we hesitate. We are conditioned, just like Mary said in the book. We are conditioned to internalize what world saving is our sole responsibility. So we take up the burden and suffer in the process. And that's where we're losing out. And so I have been sitting with this for the last week, how I'm going to deal with this book club. Am I in a position to be studying and facilitating the book club for free? And I'm not. I am not. I'm not in that position. Now, if y'all do not want me to do the book club, that is okay too. My feelings will not be hurt. I will not be offended. I will not be offended. I'll just continue studying the book by myself, because for me, I love the Great Cosmic Mother. I did not know that I would read another book, because that book blew my whole mind. I told you I read that book straight through 4 fucking times. That book is thick as a Bible, 4 times, twice live. And I did not know if I was going to find another book that impactful in that way. And this book we just finished reading, Pure Lust, while there's a lot I would say there's a lot. There's many things in there that we read that I didn't agree with. But I didn't agree with it because the time that she wrote the book, 1983, was different. We know different things. We have a different understanding. But you know what? If it don't apply, leave it where it is. So the book was magnanimous. The book was goddamn extraordinary. It was as if we women had our own personal spy who went up into the church, who went to seminary school, who taught in seminary school, who went all up into the belly of the beast to extract the most extraordinary things, to make sure that we was put all the way the fuck on game so that we could understand how to move this shit forward. These books are not entertainment. The Great Cosmic Mother is not no shit you read for entertainment. You read that book and one or two things are going to happen. Your ass is going to be demoralized and depressed as shit and be like, we can't win. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to read that book and be like, okay, let's go. Let's go. We got everything we need. We know everything we need to know. Let's go. Hence the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. The Temple of Evolutionary Emergence was born out of the book club for the Great Cosmic Mother. You understand? So, like I said, I do not these days do anything that you see here. The TikToking and all of this stuff. This is not shit I do for entertainment. It is entertaining. It is engaging, but that's not what it's for. What I am about is putting as many people on as possible so that we can finally make the kind of breakthrough through numbers. That whole talented tent, the selected few, the chosen few, the heroes among. I don't subscribe to none of that shit. We need numbers. We need thousands and millions of people who are ready to hear, who are ready to heed the call, who are primed to do that. And we have to use the tools given to us that speak to them. And they're like, oh my God, yes, I can finally hear. Oh my God, yes, I can finally see. We got to spread this shit like wildfire through the masses. It ain't going to be no talented tenth or no selected few or no chosen few that's going to save the goddamn world. We all going to save the world. We all are responsible for the world. We all are responsible. So this is what this is for. If you come into a book club with me, just know you came there to work. You understand? When I was in the African People's Socialist Party, it was the thing that I cherished the most about the organization, that I resisted the hardest in the beginning, was our political education. Mandatory 2-hour political education sessions, 3 days a week. Mandatory 2-hour political education, 3 days a week. Once a year, a 2-week long party school intensive. up at 6 o'clock in the morning, working out with the chairman, going in, making our breakfast collectively. People from all over the world, everywhere the party was, people come from all over the world for 2 weeks to sit and study and then apply what we learned. You understand? So yeah, I feel like I should like tell you what the expectation is. I feel like I should inform you so that you don't step into space with me, because I've heard it. I've heard it. You go too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that deep. Like, why you got to go so hard? It is the fuck that deep. It is the fuck that deep. Have you looked outside lately? Have you checked the world out lately? Have you listened to the cries of millions of mothers on the planet lately? Yeah, it is the fuck that deep. The very least that we can do is arm ourselves ideologically, arm ourselves politically, arm ourselves spiritually, so that we are able to, once we do have this collective movement formed and well-oiled, we can step out into the world in a way that can instantly reverberate over mountains and across seas and to other countries. We can't keep claiming we the mothers of the world, women of color, we the mothers of the world, Black women. We can't keep claiming that if we are not willing to pull the kind of jack move that is necessary to change this goddamn planet. Information is what allows us to do that. It helps to inform our behavior and our movements in the real world. That's what it was for me reading The Great Cosmic Mother. That's what it was for me reading Pure Lust. Pure Lust was such an extraordinary book. The necessary redefining and reshaping of everything that is, because it's necessary. You understand? It's necessary. So I know this is not very like cheerleader-esque marketing campaign to participate in the book club on Wednesday, but this is what it is. I love you guys, man. Why can I say that with such conviction? And most of y'all, I ain't never seen y'all face. You feel me? It is because I mean what I say. It's because I mean what I say. I mean that. You understand? Topanga says she still ain't got Pure Lust yet. But you know what? You don't have to have the book to join the book club. That's why I read the book online. That's why I have read, 6 books already online. I have already read 6 books to you guys. You understand? I know how life is. Topanga, you got a baby. You got a little baby. I know how them babies be. As soon as their eyes open, they require 150% of your undivided attention. Baby, I get it. I didn't read I can't even remember the last time I read a book when my babies was babies. You understand what I'm saying? I get it. That's why I read the books. I know how our lives are as women. We got jobs, we got babies, we got boos, we got husbands, baby daddies. We got lives. I get it. And this is one of the things that keep us away from contemplating how we can be impactful in the world, contemplating our particular and peculiar role in changing the world. That's why women are the busiest goddamn human beings on the whole planet, is to make sure that we stay distracted from figuring this shit out. That's why I read the books online. I am afforded for the first time in my adult life a level of security, comfort, quiet, still, even though I'm working a lot right now, I still can come home to an empty place with absolutely no distractions and be like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and read for an hour, because I know there are goddamn 400 million women around the world who can't sit down and have the focus just for 1 hour to be at peace and read a book. So you can listen to it while you're washing your dishes, changing your baby diaper, or, you know what I'm saying, riding through traffic. That's what I was doing. I still do. The books that I've read to you guys online, I still listen to them books, because when you're reading, you're working a different part of the brain. So your comprehension is different when you're reading, and then a different part of your brain is activated when you are listening. So then the comprehension is multiplied, and then when you read silently, another portion of your brain is stimulated. So I still listen damn near every day to the Great Cosmic Mother that I read to you guys, what, a year and a half ago? Almost 2 years ago now. As a matter of fact, yeah, almost 2 years ago now. Right? So that's why I read. And I say that every time I do a book club. Yes, getting the book is very, very helpful, right? So you can take your own notes. Things that occur to me when I read may not occur to you. And things that that's what political education was always so awesome for when I was in the party. It's like you can read some shit and read some shit and read some shit. And y'all see me when I read The Great Cosmic Mother. When I read The Great Cosmic Mother, that was my third time reading that book, and I was still taking notes while I was reading. I was like, "Damn, I missed this the first time." Right? So you may see something, and y'all do it frequently in the comments. Y'all might see some shit, and I miss it, and I'm like, "Oh shit, hold on, let me take a note." This is what we call the sharpening of iron when the minds get together. Now y'all listen to me read, and y'all hear that one direction perspective. Y'all give me feedback in the comments, but the book club does something different. This is a coming together of the minds. So yes, I will have an itinerary, like a program, a way to guide the discussion so we're not all over the place, a way to understand exactly what is most important about that we need to be extracting from each one of the sections that we go through. But y'all will be like, "Oh, but let me tell you about when so-and-so and this and that, and this example match." That's what it's for. Okay. So, yes, Wednesday at 6 p.m. So the other thing is right now I only have the Zoom subscription that will allow for 25 people to be in the Zoom call. Okay. And when we started trying to do the Zoom book club for Pure Lust before the holidays, I think it was October, it was too much to be reading the book every day and then trying to be facilitating the book club. So I was like, nope, scratch that. We did 2. And I was like, it's too much. I was like, let me go ahead and finish reading the book through, and then we'll resume the book club. We'll resume the book club in the first of the year. So, so when we did those book clubs, I think the most people we had was maybe 12. I think the last one we did was like maybe 12 women, and it was fire. It was fun. It was fire, and it was fun, right? The Zoom subscription that I have, I think only allows me 25 people in my Zoom. So it will be first come, first serve. It will be prioritized. Now, even though I'm saying it is a $25 suggested donation to participate in the book club, because I will be sending y'all shit. Like I said, I'm actually working tonight, finishing up the bullet points and the notes that I want to email out to the people who go ahead and pay for their spot for the book club this Wednesday night at 6 p.m. So I am going to give priority to people who are going to give me the $25 suggested donation to facilitate this book club. It's only happening twice a month, every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. If it's not that important to you, don't feel bad about it. It's cool, right? Like, you can still go back and listen to me read the book, stop where I took notes while I was reading the book. That's cool. But I have to prioritize my life, because my life is directly tied to my calling. And I can't, struggle in my personal and economic life while trying to, quote, do the work of the temple, right? So that's how it has to be. Okay. So again, it is a $25 suggested donation, which is nothing. Okay. Which is nothing. It's the bare minimum. All right. There are 25 spots available. It's on Eventbrite. It's on Eventbrite. If you are interested in participating in the book club, because I have not had anybody sign up through Eventbrite yet. I've had people shout me out and say they're interested, but ain't nobody paid to secure their spot. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to work for free. So many of you have been very generous in your donations throughout this process. I thank you so much, and I call y'all names often. But I'm not going to do this for free. I'm just not. I'm not doing anything else for free until I'm rich. When I am rich, then I will start volunteering again. I'm telling you, because I done volunteered for 20. I'm how old? Shit, I'm 48. I done volunteered literally my whole adult life for other people's programs, for other people's projects, for things that I believe in, for organizations and institutions I still believe in, I still support. My biggest dream has been when I started going over the idea of what I wanted to create, which was many years ago, not just recently. It was like 2008. This project that I wanted to build called the Sankofa Shule for New Life. That was my ambition. I was like, I want to build an institution that can do the things that I want it to do in these different ways. That just became the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. And then I want that institution to be able to raise and galvanize enough resources that the programs and projects around the world that I fuck with, that I think are awesome, dope ass programs that may be having a hard time, like consolidating funds. I want to make a commitment to throw an event 2 times a year and split the proceeds of that event to support these different organizations who don't have access to funding, like this brother that does this extraordinary work in Haiti. This work in Haiti is so unbelievably dynamic. I'm like, damn, I can't go and participate in all the shit that I think is awesome and radical, but I want to be able to take what comes into our cipher and directly impact people who do not have the access to funding. This kind of weird shit that happens here, that's not what I'm talking about. People on the ground actually doing the work in real time with next to nothing. This brother's project in Haiti to deal with deforestation and the inaccessibility to fresh produce, and it's an extraordinary goddamn program. You understand? There's another man in Tibet who has this program specifically designed to empower indigenous Tibetan women to have a 3-pronged impact on Tibet, cleaning up the pollution in Tibet, using the pollution to create a sustainable source of fuel that does not pollute the environment, smokeless fire that they can have access to, so they're not using wood in their homes and developing respiratory disease. The leading cause of death of poor people in Tibet is respiratory disease because they still have to rely on trees as fuel. There are people around the world solving the problems of the world. We who are perfectly placed in a position to galvanize resources from these imperial countries. You understand? Yes, fund our own programs, but once we are solidified in the funding of our own programs, stepping right into how we're going to help get these resources to these people, especially these people in the third world who are already solving the problems that we say we want to see a solution to. Already solving. This Native American boy, I think he was in, I want to say he was Owatham, who as a science project took trash from the local dumpster and built an alternative source of heating and cooling from garbage, and started reproducing the technology all over his community. We can support people who don't have access to, quote, grants and shit like that through the project. That's what I want to do. I want to throw glorious, magnanimous, wonderful parties like that bullshit ass Burning Man, but led by women of color. Like that bullshit ass Lilith Fair that didn't have no colored women in it. Something like that, but for all goddesses of color. You feel me? And then take the proceeds, because we got what we need. Take the proceeds and say this and put it on blast. This party is purposeful. This party that we doing is for a purpose. All the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds, are going to be divided in 3 ways and given to these 3 organizations whose worldview, whose work we support. Now they have the funds to set that shit off. You understand? And do that every quarter. Every quarter, throw some giant, dope ass radical party that brings in hundreds of thousands of dollars and say, okay, this quarter is going to these three organizations. All these African-centered schools in this country that I know personally, brothers and sisters who've taken it upon themselves to rescue Black children out the public school system because they're catching pure, unadulterated hell in these institutions. These brothers and sisters living off scraps but making it happen. Graduating Black babies, graduating people who dropped out of high school, giving them graduations, grown-ups. They ain't just, quote, giving them a GED, actually giving grown-ups who were chased out of the public school system for whatever reason, giving them graduation ceremonies so they can, hold on. Oh, I forgot my client was here. Hold on. I didn't realize the time got away from me. Come on. I'm wrapping up my live right quick. Y'all can just take a seat for me. Yeah, just take a seat for me really quick. Sorry about that. You know how I get. My clients are here, you guys. So I'm gonna wrap this up, but y'all get what I'm saying. Those of us who are in the West, in these Western countries, we have access. Even those of us, you know what I'm saying, who have to, work miracles to gain the access, we have access. This is what I want to do as the temple. Yes, Mr. Kali Soul, the women's shelters right here in LA. There is no shortage of ways that we can use the temple to be immediately impactful. Not no long view shit, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, immediately impactful. So I want you to see that everything that I do, this book club on Wednesday, is tied to this long view. Reading these books to you for free on this channel is tied to this future that we're talking about, we're trying to create in real time right now. Okay, so if you are interested in participating in the book club this week, this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, then email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. I will shoot you the link. When you email me, please make sure to put book club in the subject header so I can know right away what it is. I will send you the Eventbrite link and do it through Eventbrite. Now, I am not a douchebag, okay? So yes, it is a suggested donation of $25, which I know every single one of you can afford. However, I do know that y'all just came out of y'all little holiday season spending all these dividends. If you would like to make a donation, but you do not have immediately $25, let me know that in the email. Make a contribution, and I will still give you the link to the book club on Wednesday. So I'll give you a way to do that because that's not in the Eventbrite. The only way that you can donate through the Eventbrite is the $25. Everything else we would do through my email. So again, my email is releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. When you email me, I will email you right away so I can put you in the book club group. Because in the probably tomorrow afternoon, I will be sending an email with the program, the schedule, and what sections of the book we're going to cover right away. So that's all I have to say about that. Now I have clients sitting in my house. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm probably going to start another book. I'll be honest. I keep going back to this, the Sybil's book. And I keep getting a lot of comments from y'all about the Sybil's book because we ran through that book like lightning, really. I think it took us two weeks to read the book. And we never went back and did a book club discussion for it. And subsequently, I've gotten 2 more Mama Zugbay's books. But we need to get in this book. So it might be the next book club that we do is the Sybil's, the first prophetesses of Mami Wata and the theft of African prophecy by the Roman Catholic Church. Okay. So let's see. Okay, Balance. I see you said you have San Antonio has a school I work with. They're all over the place, man. We're quiet giants, just doing the work. We have to be able to support. That's what we have to do. We have to be able to link up. So we aren't doing this dynamic work in goddamn isolation, like goddamn mythological David trying to fight Goliath. Okay. All right. So that's all I got to say about that. I'll probably do another live tomorrow. In the meantime, my name is Cassandra Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. Email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com so that we can get it cracking. Okay? All right. See y'all later. Good night, you guys.